We have talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Were you here when we talked about this?
I believe I was.
This might have been one of the things we covered back in the fall.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the support for mods on consoles has kind of been an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
When we talked about it, we were talking about how PlayStation 4 will have much fewer mods supported on it than Xbox One for both games. And the reason for that was Sony would not allow any external assets to be introduced into the game for the mod. So basically, like, anything that was modified had to be strictly using all of the in-game assets.
Yeah.
Which cuts out a lot of stuff that you can do. Well, apparently now Bethesda has cut down the amount of mods that you can use at any given time to 150 on the Xbox One and 100 on the PS4.
Wait, so you can use 100 of mods at a time?
At the same time, yeah.
Oh.
But, okay, so I'm not too familiar with modding. I don't really play modded games. From what I understand is that could be like every little difference in the game is considered a mod.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that could be a bit restrictive. Maybe
it's not as big as it sounds. Right?
Yeah, if someone wants to comment on that, send us some information that would be more enlightening to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, definitely send it our way. Now, I thought initially, is this like due to legal reasons? Like, are there some mods out there that, you know, they could get in trouble for having? Mm-hmm. I mean, because, you know, hey, you could have Darth Vader next to Spider-Man who's wearing a Legend of Zelda thing on his head. You know, it's like, you know, taking all this copyrighted stuff and putting it into the game. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what modders do. So at first I thought it was due to that. Well, Bethesda actually came out and they said that the mod limits were implemented because it's based on their internal testing for the stability of the game. So they're minimizing how many mods you can do at once because they don't want the game to crash as easily, is what they're saying.
That's so we're told.
So we're told. But they did say that this could change. This could go higher, but when they said change, it could go even lower. When you use language that's very unclear like that. So so I'm like, I don't know, Bethesda. I don't know if I quite believe what you're telling us. And apparently the Switch version of Skyrim is going to have mod support. Now,
oh yeah, that's right. They're going to put it over on that. That's kind of
they are.
That's kind of weird. Just the same old Skyrim.
Yeah.
Or that's now Skyrim, is that like that's an online game, right? Like an MMO.
It's not. It's just a massive single player experience.
Oh,
like it's huge.
But you can play online, right? I thought you could.
No, there is an Elder Scrolls Online game, but it's not Skyrim.
Oh, okay. So they're just taking the same old Skyrim and putting it on the Switch?
Yes.
Huh. That's an interesting.
Well, you say thought. Same old Skyrim. Like, a lot of people like Skyrim. a lot. I mean, it is a huge.
I remember when it was
game.
like, yeah. I used to hear about Skyrim, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
No. Played out.
Kind of like the game.
Oh snap! So here's the deal, though. So it'll be interesting when that Switch version comes out, because as I've said before, also apparently it's limited to the game is also limited to how much hard drive space on your Xbox One or PS4 you can use for those modifications. Well, the Switch only has 32 gigs of space, so I don't know how that'll work out for the Switch. I'm interested to see if Nintendo is going to be like Sony and basically say, yeah, you can only use internal assets to modify the game, or if they're going to be like Xbox and Microsoft and say like, nah, anything goes. You want to have Buzz Lightyear in your game, you go right ahead.
That's a really interesting choice.
because I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've seen a Fallout 4 mod that does
You
that.
can play as Buzz Lightyear in Skyrim, maybe.
Oh, I'm sure you can. I mean, I've seen
mods are interesting.
Kinds of stuff. They're interesting. They don't interest me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of like, why don't just play the game the way it's made?
I played a game. One of the games that I played a few years ago was have you ever heard of the Infamous series?
I've heard of it. I don't really know anything about it.
It's like a superhero morality open world game. You play a character who gets electrical powers. In Infamous 2, they added user-generated content where you could basically use a tool to create your own missions and then share them with other people. And that kind of felt like modded games. And I tried a couple of them, and they just weren't that good.
Yeah.
Especially when compared to the main game. Now, these mods are, of course, much more robust, and they're more complicated. So if it's your thing and you're playing on PlayStation or Xbox, just be warned. Now you're cut to 150 for Xbox and 100 for PlayStation.
I thought you said Xbox. Oh, no. You're just saying Xbox says that anything like outside of the system goes as well.
Right.
But PlayStation doesn't say that.
But
they're both limiting it.
They're both limiting it down, but the PlayStation 1 is much more limited.
I feel like Xbox should go the other way. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that could potentially bring a lot of people
Well,
over
I mean, and maybe this is a stability concern that they're doing this for, because they are cutting it down on both sides.
Yeah.
So just
interesting.
be warned if you're playing these versions.